Hi guys, Danielle here, Danielle's Homemade Products. Leila's life issued a challenge. I saw the video a little while ago, so I don't know if it was posted yesterday or today, but she issued a challenge to talk about what you're insecure about the most, what caused the insecurities or what led up to the insecurities, and to just kind of talk about it, what you're insecure about with yourself. For me, I've always been insecure about my weight, especially in the last 20 years or so. I'm insecure about everything from like my neck down to my knees. I can't say just to my belly because my belly hangs down lower than that. And there's a lot of reasons for it. First of all, society doesn't help. Society says if you're not a certain size or, a certain weight, that you're not beautiful, that you're not gorgeous, that people, that men or women, whichever you like, are not going to be attracted to you. That doesn't help. I've also had, different situations in life that have certainly not helped with my insecurities. When I was in high school, I was a lot smaller, and I'm going to pause this now so that I can insert a picture. So I'll be right back. So yes, I was a lot smaller in high school, and there are times where I look back on that picture and I'm like, what happened to her? Where'd she go? Life just has a way of taking us on journeys that are unexpected, are not necessarily bad, not necessarily good. They're just not what... I'm outside, so traffic on the road, sorry. I think they like to use their Jake brake coming through here so that they can link up the whole town. But anyway, ADHD. Let's get back to the subject because I have a tendency of veering off very easily. But there's a lot of things. I've had 2 second trimester miscarriages in my early 20s. That alone is a whole nother separate video, which I am working on, but I can't seem to get through without busting down and crying. So I'm working on it because I think that's important for people to see that they're not alone and that other people have gone through similar situations or have had issues with pregnancy. So I'm working on that one, but it's still a work in progress right now. But for the longest time after that, after I lost the second baby, I put on a lot of weight. I got divorced, which of course, he's a great guy. He's remarried. He's got a wonderful family. It's not necessarily that there's anything wrong with him. But we had our differences on what our definition of a marriage was. And it just took its toll on my self-esteem and the person who I was. It took me a long time to come back from that. And it wasn't that, and this is going to sound really bad, but it wasn't that I was sad about the divorce. I was sad because I lost myself. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know. I questioned everything. Mind you, I'm not a stupid person. I've always been very intellectual. I've always done very well in school. I was a smart person. And for a smart person, I was dumb enough to center my life around somebody else and lose myself in the process. Because when that happens, you tend to completely crash. And it's not that I did. Ooh, sorry. The water bottle was keeping the table even, apparently. And it's not necessarily that, like I said, it's not that he was a bad person. But he was of a different mindset than I was. In his opinion, he was the man of the house and his rules went. It was his way or the highway. And I was the woman. I didn't get a say. I didn't have an opinion unless he gave it to me. And there was just, for an intelligent woman, I was stupid to allow myself to be lost in that, especially considering I did get divorced after that. But that didn't help either. You know, I just, My body had completely betrayed me. And then on top of that, the person who had vowed to love me forever walked away. It does take a toll on you. It takes a toll on everything you think. It takes a toll on your outlook on yourself, on life, on just people in general. I have very, very big trust issues. The people that I let close to me are ones that I have known for many years, or their family. I make friends easily, but that doesn't necessarily mean I trust everybody with the most intimate details of my life, or, you know, the secrets that I keep about my own insecurities or whatnot, I guess is the best way I can think to describe it. Yes, I am friends with them, but there are some things that they will never know. And it's just because that is just who I am. I'm very guarded. And I have been since my divorce. Not very trusting. Not at all. It takes a while. Oop, water bottle's heavy. And then I remember I was working as a dispatcher in a police department in the area. It's not Monticello here, but it was somewhere around in here. And I was heavier. Don't get me wrong. I was heavier then. I don't remember how much I weighed, but it was at least 50 pounds more than I am now. And I was asked to stand for as much of my shift. Mind you, I worked a 10-hour shift at that point in time, anywhere from an 8 to a 10-hour shift. I was asked to stand for as much of my shift as I could because apparently my ass sweated too much, and the people on the shifts after me were complaining because they could smell my sweat. That certainly doesn't make you feel good either. I'm like, yes, I'm not skinny. Yes, I do sweat. I don't know any heavier person that doesn't sweat. I know many skinny people who sweat like the dickens, but it certainly doesn't help make you feel good about yourself. And I do hide behind my clothes. You know, I mean, there's been times where I think I got to relight my cigarette because it's the only thing keeping me from probably crying through this video. You know, after my divorce, there's no nice way of saying it. I was a whore. I went crazy. Got my tongue pierced. I got more piercings in my ears. I've gotten many tattoos since then, which that's a whole nother story, but that has nothing to do with it. But I changed the way that I thought. I didn't look at sex going hand in hand with love. I didn't, and I still, don't get me wrong, I'm still one of those weirdos who, yes, sex and love go hand in hand, but that's not the only reason that sex is good. You know, sex can be just fine without the love attached too. So don't get me wrong. But that is a whole nother video. So if you want to know, let me know and I'll make it. But I went for the people who, or the men who were unavailable because it was easier. It was safer. I didn't have to worry about keeping my wall up because they never got close enough to even attempt to knock it down. Not even a piece of it. It was just safer for me that way. I didn't have to put in as much effort because we are all of the opinion that marriage should be easy, relationship should be easy, and that's just a bunch of bullshit, and it's a fairy tale. And if you go into a relationship thinking that it's going to be easy and you're not going to have to work at it, you're setting yourself up for failure. And that's just the bottom line. But yeah, I hide behind my clothes. I think my mom once told me, and God, I love her to death, but she has a way of saying stuff that, you know, doesn't make you always happy. But she told me that, how was I supposed to catch a man when I didn't wear anything but sweats? or I never, never left the house with makeup on or my hair done. And to this day, I still stand by my reply to her. And I told her, Mom, I want a man who is attracted to me, who thinks I am drop dead beautiful and gorgeous when I'm wearing sweats, when I am wearing pajama pants or a baggy t-shirt, because when I do dress up, which mind you isn't very often, but I had an infant at the time, so didn't see the point. So when I do dress up, I knock them on their ass. And I stand by that thought, because I am not a woman who gets dressed up every day. I am not a woman who puts makeup on every day. I'm not a woman who does my hair up every day. That's just not me. And when they realized it, what was the reason for them to stick around? Because this was the Danny they were going to see the most. And if they couldn't handle this, they don't deserve me in my best. They don't deserve me with my hair all fixed up, and they don't deserve me with my makeup on. My makeup is for me, not for me to attract a guy. And that's just the way that I look at it. But it's just, at the same time, I guess I'm going all crazy and off on, but in the last couple of years, I've lost about 70 pounds. Well, I originally lost about 70 pounds. Since I've been helping Nani here, I put back on about 20 pounds. So I'm not happy about that. But, and Leila talked about how we hide behind our clothing, how we look frumpier than we are to hide our insecurities. And she is right. She is completely right. She hit home so hard in that video. I was bawling. I honestly was. I'm not a big crier. Okay, that's a lie. It depends on the situation. Because I'll cry when I'm watching TV when people die, but in real life, I'm like, yeah, sorry, much luck. So, I mean, it just really depends on the situation. But she's right. We, or at least me personally, I still wear the clothes that I had when I was 70 pounds. Well, okay, 50 pounds heavier. Since I put back on a little bit of the weight. But this is one of my favorite shirts. And this is, again, my less happy area. But, it's baggy. It's loose. This is from when I weighed 50 pounds more. And I'm still wearing it because it is loose and baggy and covers everything. Covers everything. So that I can hide behind my shirt. Now, mind you, I do wear a lot of tank tops. Just because, as I explained in a couple of videos, I do overheat very easily. Right now, I'm actually a little chilled, which is unusual for me, but it's only about 30 degrees out here, and I'm sitting out here without a coat on. But I do wear a lot of tank tops. And so this shirt is coming off. This is one of my tank tops. This is one of my reminders to myself. Right here, I have tattooed, I am enough the way I am. That is how I am choosing to look at life from now on. Yes, I've joined a gym. Yes, I'm wanting to lose weight. I'm wanting to tone up. That is for me. It is not for anybody else. And nobody is going to make me feel guilty about what size I am. My beauty does not depend on my weight or my size. I'm beautiful regardless. I'm doing that for my health because I have a daughter that I want to see grow up. And the bottom line is, no one can make you feel less beautiful but yourself. They can try, don't get me wrong. They can try, but it's up to you to allow them to make you feel that way. It's up to you. So from here on out, again, I'm enough the way I am. Now, if I choose to change myself, that is on me. That is for me, for nobody else. So I challenge you today to talk about your insecurities, what you're insecure about, and how you can get past those in the future. Because this is a reminder to me every day that I look in the mirror that I am enough. That nobody can let me feel any less about myself unless I allow it. And I'm done allowing it. I'm done. So tell me how you are going to stop letting people make you feel less about yourself. I challenge you to pass on this challenge from Leila's life, to talk about your insecurities, to talk about what you feel insecure about, what caused you to feel that way, what, along in your life has increased that feeling, and how you're going to turn that around. So here's at least some of my story. Like I said, I will do some more if people are interested in, my miscarriages, and I'll do more if people are interested in some of my thought and opinions on things. But at this point, I am passing along the challenge to talk about what you are insecure about and how you can change those insecurities. Because like I said, I am done allowing society, the doctor, people, whoever, make me feel less beautiful than I am because of my size, because of my, clothing size, my weight. I'm done with that. Am I unhealthy? Yes, but I'm still beautiful. I am still amazing, and so are you. So again, comment below what you're insecure about, or tag your video, Leila's Life Challenge, and give this a thumbs up and share. And again, don't forget, how are you going to go forward from here, changing your own mindset and understanding that you are beautiful? Talk to you soon.